Welcome back, fellow weebs and otakus. After the positive impression on the last video, Anime Places That You Can Visit in Japan, a virtual travel guide to an anime land, we decided to make another guide, but this time about how to become a part of the industry. And I say the industry in general, not just the anime industry, because we'll not only take a look at how anime is done, but also on how video games, manga, and voice acting are done. P.S. All info in this video is based on anime shows about the industry, so this may not be the most accurate source, but it will give a general look about the mediums one is interested in. Hello otakus, I'm Ashwee and I will be the voice behind today's video. And before we start, can you subscribe as well as turn on notifications? Also, one more thing please, we have a Patreon, so if you would like to support our team from writers to us narrators, that would be very much appreciated. After lots of thinking and meditating, we've decided to begin with the writing aspect instead of shows about the anime industry in general. And from there, we will proceed to voice acting, then the anime industry in general, and we'll finish it with an anime about creating video games. Now, before anime becomes anime, it first starts as a manga or a light novel. Bakuman and Saikano are titles about the writing aspect, and they shine a light on the life of an aspiring mangaka. Bakuman follows the story of Moritaka Mashiro. As a child, he dreamt of becoming a mangaka, just like his childhood hero and uncle who created a popular gag manga. But when tragedy strikes, he gives up on his dream and spends his middle school days studying, aiming to become a salaryman instead. Oof! Talk about a hard reality check punch to the gut. However, as luck would have it, one day his classmate Akito Tagaki, the school's top student and aspiring writer, notices the detailed drawings in Moritaka's notebook. Seeing the vast potential of his artistic talent, Akito approaches Moritaka, proposing that they become mangaka together. Bakuman is the anime you should watch if you're interested in manga. It shows the great deal of stress that manga artists go through, from meeting a deadline to meeting the manga editor. It's a roller coaster of disappointment and joy. And although it might be exaggerated sometimes, it still has a level of accuracy with how difficult it can be to get into the manga industry. I suggest that you read the manga since it might give a different feel to it. Because after all, how can't you like the sound of a manga about making manga? Saikano, How to Raise a Boring Girlfriend, is about visual novel script writing and how to make it. And for those who are familiar with the term but don't know what it is, a visual novel, often abbreviated as VN, is an interactive fiction video game genre which originated in Japan, featuring a text-based story with narrative-styled literature and interactivity aided by static or sprite-based visuals, most often using anime art style or occasionally live-action stills. Visual novels are rarely produced for video game consoles, but the more popular games have occasionally been ported to systems such as the Sega Saturn, Dreamcast, PlayStation Portable, or Xbox 360. The more famous visual novels are also often adapted into light novels, manga, or anime. God bless Wikipedia. With you getting caught up with the term How to Raise a Boring Girlfriend showcases what it takes to create realistic characters and how to bring the 2D bays to life on paper. So if you're interested in novels and don't want to watch a proper course on how it's done, then this anime is the way. Now, after a manga or a light novel gains attraction, great success, and legit street cred, it will catch the eyes of the anime gods who will turn it into a more consumable friendly form called anime for everyone to enjoy. Whether you're a slow reader like me, the guy who's writing this, or just you don't give a crap about the stale cold papers of a manga, there will still be a way to enjoy a good story, and it's through the voice of a voice actor. Voice acting can make or break a great story, and to help understand the process of voice acting, we'll be looking at Sore ga Seiyu and Geolrish number for some examples. Sore ga Seiyu, aka Seiyu's life, which means a simpler English voice actor's life. It tells the journey of rookie Futaba Ichinose through the world of voice acting for anime, right up to performing in a voice actress pop idol group and even having a radio show. While the show itself is enjoyable and the characters are fun to watch, the main strength of Soraga Seiyu is the serious look it takes inside the anime voice acting industry. Every episode is packed with insider information, realistic depictions of voice acting jobs, tips, and musings on the industry. I mean, what can you expect when the episodes are titled dubbing, recording, audition, narration, etc.? If you're considering entering the VA industry, this show is one of the most useful anime you could watch. Worth to mention, Soraga Seiyu was created by an actual voice actress who makes a cameo appearance in the anime, as well as several other well-known Japanese voice acting talents which appear in the series under their real names, with each episode featuring one special guest Seiyu. On the other hand, you have Jailerish Number. It's also about voice acting, but unlike Seiyu's life, Jailerish Number takes a far more comical and cynical approach to the industry. In a sense, the show is as much a view into the industry as it is a criticism of it. Jailerish Number is quick to point out that a job in anime might be romanticized and seem fantastic, but reality is so often disappointing and much grimmer. Did you see what I did there with that Thanos quote? You must be feeling thankful right now that you haven't clicked off the video yet, and no, I'm thankful for it too. For the cultured ladies and boys who stuck with us till this point, here's a little treat in the form of a 2-episode OVA with an R+ rating, Koa de Oshigoto, the animation. This anime is about hentai voice acting, and yes, such anime exists. Koa de Oshigoto, or in English, working with voice, is less of an exploration of the industry and more of an exploration of one girl's acceptance of herself and her body. This one might not teach you too much about the hentai voice acting industry, but it does show a little bit of the process and serves to remind us all that there are ordinary people behind all the Now, after finishing explaining what you're watching to the person sitting next to you, I think it's about time we took a look at the anime process and how it's done as a whole, because surely we've missed a couple of steps, many actually, here and there, and to correct it we will look at Shirobako and animation runner Kuromi. Shirobako takes on the anime industry head-on and doesn't pull any punches. Instead of focusing on any specific aspect of anime making, this series is about the entire process from start to finish. The anime shows the difficulties of producing an anime and the hardships that you might encounter on the way. While animation runner Kuromi takes a brief and darkly humorous look at the world of anime creation through the eyes of Mikako, aka Kuromi, a fresh out of animation school who gets thrown unprepared into the head position of an animation studio. The 2-episode anime showcase oddball animators and the impossibly tight schedule of anime production. Gotta say, no matter what medium you're interested in, whether it being manga creating, voice acting, or animation, you must watch these 2 shows as they demonstrate the anime industry in a general overview. And if you as a weeb aren't interested in any of this stuff, which is shameful by the way, but I love you because you're still watching, then an anime about video game creation like New Game might interest you. New Game is a slice of life anime about cute girls that have just graduated from high school and joined a video game company, because that's what you do when you graduate high school. The show isn't deep, clearly, but it makes up in comedy and the cuteness of the characters, and although it's not the most educational anime for video game creators, it does have its share of insight into the indie gaming life. Finally, what a better way to wrap up this anime recommendation / guide to the anime industry video other than a show about hentai game creation. Welcome to the NHK goggles this topic, and although it's not actually how to make games, the game's creation theme plays an important role in the show, and there are a few truths about the process. Most evident of all is the reality of making something out of a passion, because you see, creating a game takes a lot of work and dedication, as well as long hours. Even when you're done, you're only a drop of water in a big sea. All in all, this is a great show, and regardless of what your motives are, surely you'll be entertained when you watch it. And likewise, I hope we kept you entertained till this point. If we did and you're still here, then why not show some support and love by liking the video, sharing, and subscribing, because that's how we grow. There's no other way your like and share matter, as well as the support you show over on Patreon. And with that being said, have a great day or night.